Devil May Cry is probably one of the most beloved action games to ever exist. The weapons and choreography are so creative and was also an inspiration for a couple of the characters in PGR, which is crazy because Kuro actually did a DMC PGR collab, which we're going to be looking at today. But as you guys know, I'm a professional animator and I'll be taking a look at how good the animation is for this collab. Let's get into it. The classic running on debris trope. Love it. Oh, shit. Oh, dude. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, this is one take? Oh, dude, I love this pose so much. Holy shit. I got a soft spot in my heart for Alpha because we animated her in the previous PGR video. But, oh, man, this is such a great pose. Look at the focal length, dude. This is crazy. Look how big this shoe is. Like, this is so good. I love shots like this. It's great. I do kind of wish the knee was a little bit more visible, but it's a moving shot. You know, there's going to be some pose discrepancies. Yo, shit. Oh, dude. Damn, this is a beautiful shot. The decision to make this black and white also very interesting. The blue eyes, by the way, Alpha, as far as I'm aware, is basically Virgil, but as a girl. So I'm seeing a lot of similarities. I don't really know the lore of either game super well, I'll be honest. But I know Alpha has a glowing blue eye and is also the evil version of Lucia, basically. Evil, quote unquote. And I think Virgil is basically the same thing. It's a brother, you know, it's like the evil brother of Dante. I love that they actually got to fight. And they both have swords, obviously. And they're very moody. Yo! Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is gorgeous. Also very similar to that one shot that we did in our... Anyway. You gotta get the crossblade shots. The crossblade shots are always great. Got great composition. Love the diagonals for it. You know, like they're always gonna feel really, really good. Really nice framing of the face. Gorgeous compositing too. Oh no, you didn't. Oh, that is nasty, dude. I love this shot. It's actually really interesting how short this shot is, but how much of an impact it makes. Man, this lasted for like a couple frames, but I love it. The sheer distortion on the sword length is amazing. Like the focal length here is probably like 3 or something, or like 10. Super, super low focal length. And I think the swords, it looks like it's 12 feet long. That's amazing. Whew. This particular pose is kind of missing a little bit of like oomph to it. He should be lower realistically, if I'm being honest. Like he should be more like this and like more turned, you know, and then like the sword can be like this. He doesn't have to have the sword facing that way, and this would feel a lot better. And then he could run. It's a small thing. I just think that pose would look better. This one feels a little weak, to be honest. Oh shit. Hey yo. Dude. Oh shit. Pretty good model work too, actually. Very interesting. Okay, okay, okay. Let's take a look at the movesets. I think the movesets are also pretty good, but that's what I heard. Okay. Okay. The sword feels pretty accurate to the game. I'm pretty sure this is what it looks like in Devil May Cry. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, that's 1 for 1. That's 1 for 1. Look at this. They really took the moves exactly from the game. It looks incredible. There is actually a small difference I can tell between the Devil May Cry and the PGR effects. You can already see there's mostly just trail throughout the sword. You can see here, there's a lot more emphasis, and you actually get something really cool here, which they have almost like a triangular shape here, almost like a shark fin. This shark fin shape actually emphasizes a particular physicality of sword arcs, which is that the tip will move faster than the base. This is actually something that we have in mesh trails, which allows us to get something similar that calculates the speed of each vertex, which is really cool. And I suspect in this they have something similar where they are actually calculating the speed, and they see a much stronger arc at the tip there because of it. They really went above and beyond, paying homage to Devil May Cry. Every single one of these moves is still super accurate animation wise, which is incredible to see. The dedication, man. Oh my god. They even have that build-up. They had that anticipation where the other swords move towards the sword into position just to get that final slash in. That feels amazing. God, that's cool. Switch to Balrog? Okay. Oh, okay. Dude, every punch is a gunshot. That sounds amazing. Bro! Is this in Devil May Cry?
Go back. Shall we dance?
Is he breakdancing? He's breakdancing with swords too? Oh my god. Yo, they got the breakdancing in the game. Look at that. Straight from Devil May Cry. Let's go. Yeah, dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. Woo. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. Oh my god. He's dead. He's already dead. Oh my god. Here's the ultimate. Oh my. Oh, he looks so good. What the? Dude, look at that. Look at the detail on his wings. Woo. Dude, so his entire moveset changes when he goes Sin Double Trigger. Whoa. It's so interesting because, like, there is a little bit more stiffness in his movements when he's in this form and swinging his sword compared to before. And it really does seem like it's because his wings are so massive. It's really hard to balance that when you have, like, these characters with giant designs and you have to have them move super freely. They did a really good job here where they actually made sure to raise the wings here, even though technically they could easily be here. But because the sword is coming in this way with a huge swing, you really want to raise them in a way that feels aesthetically pleasing. This feels like a pretty good silhouette. They've done a great job with that. But man, that's a challenge that you really have to balance. Missiles? Yo, he got magic missiles coming out of his back. Oh my god. Woo! Dude, that is so cool. Look at the arcs on that, dude. It's like all this energy packed into a single point. It is just so satisfying. You get like almost like a gravitational effect, right? Like it feels like the enemy is just absorbing the energy in like a really explosive way. Yeah, it's good. Look at that. Oh my god, dude. The fact that this is in PGR is insane to me. It's so crazy. Woo! Yes! Oh, dude, that is nasty. Oh my god. Oh, dude, look at the arcs on this, man. It looks so gorgeous. The after images on the swords, just like the arc that you see from it, is just so satisfying, dude. Oh my god. Dude, this is literally from the game. I swear to god. This is a really hard thing to do, by the way. We did this with Crow in Ruby Volume 3. And I remember animating this and I was like, how the hell are we gonna get these bangs up? It wasn't too hard because his hair was typically slicked back a little bit. But like in order to do that, you really basically have to replace the entire hair model because you have to model in a totally different way. And maybe you didn't rig every single strand previously, so you can't like move it all. And you're not gonna be able to put it exactly in the right spot in a way that feels satisfying as an animator. So the modeler really has to work with that. When the hand swiped in front of the hair, you just switch out the hair. That's all you can do. And it looks like they did exactly the same thing here. So you can see between this frame and this frame, except they don't have the luxury of like being able to like completely cover the hair. So they just kind of like zoop. They just like switched it out. It's so funny. All right, we got Virgil now. Dude, his sheath is so clean. Oh man. Dude, did you see that? Hang on. Look at the aura on this sheath here. Look at that. Although I do want to point out, look at the sword length on that. Look, that is not going in. You guys might already know, like one of my most viral tweets was about sword sheathing. And the reality is sword length is always exaggerated in video games and anime because it looks cooler. But in real life, sword length is limited by arm length because the sheath is not designed to be longer than that. You really can't put it in otherwise. There's other sheath designs, there's other sword designs that can work, but that's generally how it goes. So, you know, long sword. Can't sheath it. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh. Wait, it's like frame perfect. Wait, hang on. I want to see what the sheath looks like, actually. Yeah, it is frame perfect. Look at that, dude. Woo. Wow. Oh yeah, baby, let's go. Dude, that was so cool. Wait, hang on. If we compare the ultimate in Devil May Cry and in PGR, I'm not gonna lie, dude, the PGR one looks cooler. They have the luxury, I think, of having the cinematic control over the camera because the initial zoom in on Virgil feels great. It's got so much anticipation to it. The ending, you really get to see the enemy like in the middle of the composition with Virgil on the side, which is such a cool effect. I actually kind of like the PGR Ultimate a little better than the DMC one. They are exactly the same animation wise, but camera work wise is pretty sick. Beowulf, let's go. Yeah. Dude, they've got all the features of the DMC combos, man. Oh, that was crazy. Oh, man, look at that axe kick, dude. Woo. Wow, look at that. They even got the right poses and everything for the charge up. Even on the fall, dude. The amount of love and care that went into this, you can tell that, like, the artists were fans of Devil May Cry when they made this. Here's the ultimate. Sin Devil Trigger, let's go. So he just walks, he doesn't have wings like Dante does. Fair enough. So does he get a double? He does. Oh, that's cool. Dude. Oh my god. Whew. I love how he still uses a sword. And what's really interesting about this is it looks like his elbows are also swords. So he's just made of blades. I will say the animation on his braid, like his little tail thing, feels really good. They've got a really satisfying, like, I don't know if it's a physics sim or like some kind of like procedural animation, but it feels really nice on that tail. That's so cool. You get a double, dude. Oh my. Bro! Yo, that's insane. Yeah, I mean, God, I gotta say, man, the Ultimate PGR looks pretty sick. What's crazy to me is that PGR actually has these dynamic camera refractions with all these slashes in midair, which is kind of insane because you're basically taking what should be a kind of like a 2D screen space effect and making it into this like gorgeous like 3D effect with all these refractions here. And then they get this beautiful composition too. Like, oh man, I gotta say, I gotta give it to PGR for this one. That's tough. SCT Beowulf. Wait, you can do SCT Beowulf with your Mirage with Yamamoto? That's crazy. Well, I didn't know that. Oh my god, one puncher, one slasher? That's crazy. Dude, can you control each of them individually? Wait, that's crazy. I thought he just repeated what you did, but he's straight up... It's got... Oh my god, that is so cool. Dude, that is so cool! For the most part, this was like an S-A+ animation execution. It's gorgeous. There's so much amazing anticipation. The trailer is absolutely gorgeous. The movesets are such a great homage. Either way, I give it a pretty high score. But yeah, if you like watching an animator talk about animation, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.